What does one say to an ancient Nephilim ghost?
I suppose you start with...
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy and we're back with another Diablo 3 Season 36 video. This is episode 2 of the hardcore SSF wizard playthrough. We got to 70 in an hour. I've made an alt character to roll the old blood shards, which is going to be fine. We're hoping to get the Ashnagars. Before I do get going, guys, as always, thumbs up brightens my day. Are we going to get lucky? Yes, we finally do. Finally get lucky. They're level 1 only, but we can pass those over to our main character. Unfortunately, I have used the challenge rift bag already, so we're not going to have another challenge rift bag for another week or so. But yeah, I think that's fine. We're probably not going to crack through this that quickly that we're going to be in need of the Altar of Rights. But that's a cool little trick, obviously making a level 1 character. It allows us to extract in the cube. I'm not sure if we've got the materials. We don't at the moment. So we just need 2 DBs and then we're good to go with that. So move speed and arcane power are generally quite important early on at level 1. That's where the majority of the Paragon points are going to go. And I think we were just going to jump straight into doing a rift, and we're probably going to try and see if we can do this on Torment, I guess. Maybe we should put the braces on actually, because they are level 16, but they will help with a shield. So 22% toughness on the negative, but we would gain, because we're going to put Galvanizing Ward on for the shield, I think, because we are on hardcore. So we would get that shield essentially doubled. So I don't know, maybe that's double shield or 22% toughness. We'll have a think. The build is still going to be the same to get going. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do Torment 1 at level 70. We might have to drop this down until we get the Lord's Gem. But it looks okay. Playing on Torment is kind of handy because we do want those DBs, because that is like obviously a pretty big deal to start off with. So trash looks fine. That's a little slow for the elite, but there we go. So we can extract our Ashnagars now. Grab up the pool of reflection. But I think we'll try and remember to do that when we get back. So this will yield a greater rift key, maybe 2, and that will allow us to go and do 2 rifts real quick. Lowest difficulty, don't really care, because we just want to get the Legacy of Dreams gem. No death breath that time. And of course, we still do have the Sliver of Terror in our helmet, so we are trying to keep the kill skills on cooldown where possible. Season going really well, really enjoying the Soul Shards. I've forgotten just how painful it is to get the shard that you want with the rolls that you want on, unfortunately. But it's just got to be done, because otherwise, if it was too easy, you'd have everything GG'd immediately. So again, quite like the RNG side of it. But no closer to the Disintegrate Wizard Torment 16 build, mainly because I think I've played about 5 minutes of Wizard on my main account, and that probably isn't going to change for the next few days. Sorting out Vista Heavens Crusader, finally got the weapon with poison damage on. Finishing out the altar has been particularly painful this season, but now that I've got that, I think I can maybe start to invest in some other builds. Let's set up Teleport Monk, super fun as always. Particularly useful this season, obviously, to kind of like do the bounties, grab the soul shards and all that kind of business. Not a great map, unfortunately. Again, argument possibly for dropping below Torment 1 just to make it faster, but we're trying to balance the progression with the dropping of Death's Breath, because that is like by far the most important thing, because that allows us to do targeted upgrades in the cube, and it is extremely beneficial for us. Still, plan is going to be no season journey on this particular playthrough unless we happen to get lucky and find a Messerschmitt's Reaver. I'm not going to be putting any resources into it, so we're not going to do any upgrading in the cube for it. But if we happen across one, we might pivot into going to get it, because I think it probably is worth it. Although it kind of scares me a little bit on hardcore, trying to like reset the cooldown on Archon constantly just so that we can actually do damage. But it is an option. Mirrorball not doing a massive amount. I mean, it is just so nice to be able to like spray all those guys with a convergence. So I suppose it's maybe it's useful for the elites if we've not got the explosive blast going. Okay, another 2 DBs, very handy. And another 2. I'm still picking up mats. Any white item worth picking up. And another 2 DBs, fantastic. Get that upgrade in no time. Yeah, unfortunately, I balked the challenge rift bag because I've beaten it this morning because it was super easy. And then I forgot to click SSF when I made another character to roll the braces. And I've accidentally collected the bag on that character and been like, oh no. So I'm going to have to wait another week to get that done. But never mind, these things happen. I think it would be kind of cool if the bag was just, if you beat it, you could collect it on like all formats of the game. So beat the challenge rift once, and then you could do it on SSF, hardcore, and then all the other combinations. So like softcore SSF, hardcore SSF, etc. Because really, it doesn't, it doesn't make too much of a difference. I think that would be a good change, but that's probably because I'm biased because I'm an idiot and I just lost the challenge rift bag essentially. Oh, can't believe I collected it. Never mind. I also made a massive mistake on my Crusader, which was quite funny. I was pretty tired. I think it was about 11 o'clock on like maybe day 1, day 2. And I got upgraded my primal 2-handed Crusader flail for the lightning build. Went to look at the Mystic to see if I could roll poison damage on there. So tired, couldn't see poison damage. Thought, oh, maybe you can't get poison damage. Decided not to check, re-rolled damage percent on it, and then looked at the leaderboard and somebody had a flare with poison damage. Went back, looked again, and went, oh god, I've missed it. Thought, this will be fine, no worries, primal will come along any minute. Just redo it, no worries, no drama, no foul. And it took 2 days to get enough primals to unlock the altar and then redo the flail. So mistakes left and right. Definitely not the worst one. Worst one was, I think, when I augmented dexterity onto my necromancer by accident on stream once, back when I used to stream. So that was particularly painful. I've got a track record of being a potato. So we did pick up a legendary ring there, so I'm going to be quite interested to see what that is. And this is a very fortuitous conduit pylon, because it allows us to smoke those 2 elites and have it up for the boss. Yeah, the convergence and the magic missile seem to be about equal. Right, 2 rift keys, that's perfect. That's what we needed. So we can just go and do 2. And it is a Leoric Signet again. Wow, what are the odds? Now, worthwhile, I think, saving wands, because we will be upgrading this. So wands, staffs, rings, amulets will all go in there. because we will be like wanting to upgrade. Let's see, does it have a socket? A socket would be handy. It doesn't, but it's pretty nice. Well, compared to our whatever level 51. Right, we've got shards to spend. We should have spent the shards as well, shouldn't we? We'll try and get a legendary orb, I think. I'm just looking. We've got rubbish boots. Maybe we should do a pair of boots. We've got rubbish boots game. No game. We've honestly, we've got rubbish boots. There we go. Slightly better. But yeah, I think orb's going to add quite a lot of damage. So we're just looking for like a legendary one, which we don't get. But thems are the breaks. So let's add in move speed. So we've got attack speed, cooldown reduction, crit chance, crit damage. I think we'll go cooldown reduction for the defensive abilities. And I'm going to boost up armor. And then we're going to do resource cost reduction. Oh, I tell you what, actually, let's do pick up radius. Both quite important. Right, so that was level 10 rift. So we probably should be able to do that. That was fairly efficient. Let's just do a master though. Because as I say, I think we only really care about getting the gem. And if we can just kind of like laser beam everything to death pretty much, then so much the better. So Helpful Gember early on would be an amazing find because we'd be able to open up a Soul Shard. The Sliver of Terror would probably, I guess, just because we've got it at the moment. But the Remnant of Pain, if we get that opened, it's a decent chunk of damage for elites, crit damage, get some thorns, life per hit. Yeah, I think that would probably be the strategy, would be to go for just whichever gem, and we can target farm. Again, I'm not entirely sure which one of the Soul Shards I want to be using, again because we're not massively 100% sure what we're actually building on this run. Again, I wonder if there's in the future something like that where I could do like a run just to set up a specific set. So then we do like a Hydra run through, where we basically build a character out from like level 1 to like, I don't know, GR 90, 100 on Hydra, and then basically do that for all the characters, all the sets, and then the playthroughs are there so that people can just boot up whatever season it is, whatever you want to play. If you want to do it, you can. Not sure it works particularly well because the lore of the starting set is just generally too big. But I suppose you could always use the starter set to balance off into something else. I suppose you could do a challenge playthrough where you only had access to the one set that you said you were going to use. So then like you can't use anything else. So if you're doing a Hydra one, perhaps you have to use the Hydra set. That's an idea. Was nice and tanky with the shields, which is good. Gives me confidence. And obviously extremely tanky with the shield pylon. So I think in the terms of the orb, we could get Etch Sigil. That'd be quite nice. Triumvirate, I think, would be good. Just trying to think what else. Winter Flurry would be the Hydra one, but I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. Dropping the old blizzards, but again, we'll certainly have a little look. Whatever the game is willing to hand to us, we'll have a little look and see what we can do with it. Now we could put one of these keys in the altar for the move speed, but I think I would prefer crack on with the damage of the Lord's gem. And it's going to have to, I think, go in our crappy blue ring. Although I can't remember, maybe we saved some jewellery. Probably should have been on the lookout for jewellery with sockets in the first hour. I think this sliver of terror, I think, is putting in a bit of work for us. Nearly done with First Rift, which should theoretically give us the Bane of the Powerful. And the next one theoretically should give us the Lord Legacy Dreams gem. Right, so we need to get close to this explosive blast. And there we go, completed. We rank 120. No way. Nearly in the top 100. Yeah, nice. What do we need for top 100? GR20. Oh, fantastic. What are we going up at? Well, I mean, somebody else done a 150, so fair play. Wow, 1200 Paragon. That is nuts. Well done, sir. Well done. Right, Bane of the Powerful, 70% upgrade chance, 60, of course we fail, 60 we succeed, and 60 we succeed again. We've got another wand for upgrading. I think we're probably best off plugging in Bane of the Powerful in this yellow, good god, colourblind blue ring. Albeit we'll be taking it out pretty much immediately. So, we could try and roll a socket on our little yellow amulet here. And that's the wrong artisan. I'm tired, guys. I've been blasting a lot of Diablo. Right, we don't want arcane skills. Maybe this is a waste of time. Critical hit damage. Should we just leave that there, I think? We're cracking through the season achievements as we go. Right, let's just pop that in there. We'll swap that when we get back. And then we can pop that wand in. 15 dB, so we need like 10 more dBs. We get another go at the upgrade. I think we'll keep going for wands, because I think I would prefer to play Hydra. Would be my preference. Really tempted to just whack that up to 10. But we'll leave it on Master just for the efficiency, because we've not really, like, we have to kill an elite to get the Bane of the Powerful to work, and it's only going to last about 30 seconds or so. So not massive for us early on, but again, this stage of the game, we take anything we can get that will help us out for damage wise. So here we go, first blue. Once we've killed this, we get a nice little 20% power bump. It's going to last about 33 seconds. If we can find our next elite before then, we can keep chugging away with the extra damage, but unlikely. Aether Walker would be quite a nice little upgrade. Wouldn't mind finding one of those, albeit we're gonna really struggle to use that early on just because of the resource. So that's the one that makes you teleport, takes the cooldown off, and it just costs resource. Again, probably doesn't pair terribly well with the sliver of terror we're using, because that of course is giving us extra damage for cooldown. Right, let's see if we get better luck finding the next elite to keep up our Bane of the Powerful. There they are, up there. If we can get a little teleport off, we can maybe have another go of power. There we go, Bane of the Powerful resets. Don't want to stand on that explosion particularly. So next victim, please. Okay, probably going to drop as we go to the next floor. Oh, but we've got yellow right above the door, so that is not too bad. A power pylon. Fantastic. Kill that dude. Reset our Bane of the Powerful. You got to kill all the monsters. So like this yellow here has got like several like called ads around them. You have to kill them all to reset your Bane of the Powerful. And of course, once you get it ranked up, it stays up itself basically, because you can keep it going for like I think 2-3 minutes. But generally it's used in speed builds rather than pushing setups, because you have to take the Bane of the Stricken when doing the old push builds. Alright, so I think we've reset it again, getting really nice density. Nice elites. So we do have to kill that guy to reset, so there we do. And I wonder if there's enough progress like around to do the rest of the map. We'll press on because I'm not sure. Rocket up to Paragon 12. Dizzy heights of Paragon 12. Well, we've got speed pylon, so we're nice and fast, but still cannot see any more yellows or blues to kill. We'd just make the boss that little bit faster if we could have it. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference. Looking forward to clearing primals. On my necromancer on the opening night, I managed to get barbarian braces. That was like a massive kick in the teeth, which is very, very annoying. I saw braces and thought, well, it could be the bone spear ones, could be the Marigards or whatever they're called. Okay, there we go. Lord Gem is in business. We do have to have a little bit of a swapsy round of the gear, so we need another pair. Well, we've got a pair of gloves, so that's fine to replace our sage's gloves. So we just need a sage's. We need another belt. It was an ancient belt, so we'll probably hang on to it, I guess. Did we save any helmets? Does not look like it. So we're going to take out the powerful. I'll tell you what, we should maybe have a little look and see if we can buy yellow item with a socket, because that would be handy. So let's do Act 3. Head down to this fence dude and just have a little look and see if he's trying to put some jewellery out with sockets. He has got a magic amulet with 6% melee reduction. Is it worth swapping that amulet out for the Bane of the Powerful? Probably not. I think we can wait. So let's get these gloves on. So that's that. Unfortunately, we are going to lose our extra stats from sages. We need either a helmet or a belt. I think a belt is going to be the easier thing to do. So there we go. That is that. So we should be on. Now I think we'll take the Ashnagars as well at this point. So sages can go back in there. Sages can go in there. We will pass them to the. Maybe we just put them on the follower now, actually, because we're not going to return to that, are we? So pop on that. Pop on that. Emails will take a pair of braces and a shoulder, and that way we've got a few things left to give him. We don't want any of this stuff. And the powerful can go in. And I would hope that this should be just an instant jump to Torment 2. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 legendaries and about 20%. So we're doing about 80% damage. But we have lost the sages. So that might be a little bit of a kind of trade-off. Let's have a little go again at the orb. And we get a Firebirds. Fantastic. That is awesome. So one more piece of this and we're really business, because Disintegrate ignites enemies, causing them to take 3000% weapon damage until they die. And we get a cheat death, which is very attractive for hardcore. So we're pretty much double damage now from where we were. So 60 shards left. Got no main stat on the gloves, so let's try gloves. Oh, our first Typhon's piece. This is going very well, guys. So just 5 more Typhon's pieces. We will definitely be swapping on to 2-piece Firebird if we get another one. Right, so let's remake. Torment 2 should be crushable, I think. And once we've got the keys from it, we're just going to go straight into the Rift again. I'm going to kind of piggyback them. Oh, super exciting. Life per second needs to be rolled off, but otherwise that's quite nice. Main stat, vitality, crit chance. We've got fire damage, area damage, and spectral blade damage on the Firebirds, so not amazing. And we were going to do... We've got one more roll, actually. I'm getting so excited. Shall we do shoulders? We'll swap those on, I think, because they are slightly more damage. If you could just swap them, game, that would be awesome. So we get the gross little tunnel map. But as predicted, this kind of feels like the difficulty we were just playing on. We should probably roll braces as well, actually, and then we can put the Ashnagars in the cube. No DBs from that elite, unfortunately. We'll just pick up all the stuff. Unfortunately, because we don't have the Altar of Rites finished for a long time now, probably. So we are going to have to do some actual work. Click buttons. Now, maybe the strategy is to just roll pants from this point, because that gives us our highest probability of getting a second Firebird piece. Templar Relic. Cormac is delighted. He's absolutely praying his little paladin heart out that it is going to be the one that means that he doesn't die, because he's probably quite fed up with dying. He's spent a lot of time on the floor so far. Right, staff, that's really useful because we will potentially upgrade that, looking for the meteor staff. Again, that would probably predicate getting a few Talrasha pieces. Firebirds is always a nice start for the wizard. Really cool teleport, cooldown reduction as well. The cheat death does seem to pair quite well with the old hardcore. Right, these mobs, awful, massive health, really annoying. Well, maybe it's massive armor because they kind of transform. Really feeling the lack of the sages because we're only getting the 1 DB, but again, we can maybe roll a helmet and pass the extra sages piece over to the follower, but we definitely want the socket because, well, sockets be good. So we've got a Witch Doctor hat. That's no use to us. But I mean, if we did get 6 fibers, we could use the Wand of Woe as like our second fire skill detonation. That could be interesting. So I think normally speaking it's a couple of hours, isn't it, to full 6-piece, and then, or maybe 3 or 4, depending on how your RNG goes, and then from there, normally don't know, another 4 or 5 hours to get kind of up to max difficulty. Just again depends on your luck. Depends on which build you're playing as well. Some of them really easy to get there. Like setting up Crusader this season, tough, man. Aegis of Valor, one of my favourite builds every season. Brainless, lazy, powerful, looks good, but it is a bit of a pig to set up. That's why I like Necro to start off with. Generally, super nice to put together fast, and you're at least into Torment 16 early. But I think you do suffer a little bit with the progress, because whilst you win early, you kind of like a few hours after getting to Torment 16, you probably lose, because Necro is fast. You can make some fast builds with it, but nothing quite beats AoE screen clear of Fist of the Heavens. Really, really nice. At the moment though, very much enjoying Explosive Blast. Not enjoying the lack of DBs though. We don't have the powerful anymore, so we don't need to worry about killing the last little stragglers for the elites. We will take the cooldown pile on though. And grab the white items whilst we can get them, whilst I remember. Again, still, even after all this time, still not in the habit of actually clicking every single thing I go through for those. You can see the Ashnagar's putting in absolute work for the toughness, because the Arcane, largely speaking, was getting just totally absorbed then. It is very annoying on the Wizard to get the Hail of Carini though. That is the main toughness item, and that is going to take a bit of time. We're going to go back for that because it's helmet. It does not have a socket, but we have picked up a rare ring. So again, that's going to go into the stash. Be upgraded at a later date when we are looking for that Carini. Again, of course, anything can drop at any time, guys. So, you know, let's not rule out a lucky 80% double crit Hail of Carini that is ancient and is perfect. Let's not rule that out. We want to be greedy. As an ARPG player, you want to be greedy with your drops all the time. It's never enough. Always want more items, more loot, more drops, more beams. Probably should be picking these blue items up, but again, just trying to get to the key. The key is going to be handy, because then we can do the next rift level, and then once we've got the gem upgraded, will be Torment 3, I think. And we're just now hopefully filling out the build with legendaries. There we go. So we just get the one key, unfortunately, so we are going to have to come back and do another one. We'll gobble up the Pool of Reflection now and have a little look through our spoils. Let's see, is Cormac in luck? We'll keep the staff just in case we do the meteor build. And we probably want to be keeping these two as well. Oh, there you go, Cormac. There you go. That's handy. Right, now, we really should have the cheat death on, shouldn't we? I don't know why we did not have the cheat death on that. There's overconfidence on my part, I think. Right, so we need a hat if we're going to pass the sages over. So, is that going to be our next thing to upgrade? Like roll shards for? I suppose so, because we could hit the Firebird's hat. And there we go. Right, we're going to swap. I know it's a damage drop to take off the sages, but I want Follower to have the double DBs activated. I will forget otherwise. So we've taken a little bit of a damage hit there, I think. But that's okay. Right, now let's do pants. Oh, there we go, depth diggers. Fantastic. So we're back onto where we were for damage, and also they will buff up the magic missile. So magic missile now should be better than our convergence. There you go, whoosh, whoosh. So convergence, yeah, maybe makes it about the same now. But we'll take it. We'll take all the help we can get. Look at that wallop. Much fun. I said in the last episode, I do miss the magic missile from the Sanctified season. Would love that build to come back permanently. But I guess it's nice that we know for like certain seasons there are certain things that you can and can't do. I was having a look the other day at the starting set rotation. It makes no sense. It seems to almost be like it looks like it follows an order, but then just randomly they either leave one out or put one in. So I don't quite know how to decide this. I was thinking, I wonder what the sets are going to be for next season. Like, can I pre-plan and get ahead? And the answer is basically no. You can have a little guess, but you can't ever be sure. Now, this, I think, is where this game shines, because we've been playing for like an hour and a half. Like, yeah, fine. I'm experienced. I've used the challenge of battle level. I know what I'm doing, but like, look at this. This is just fun. It's super smooth. We're gliding through stuff. We've got, you know, mega red laser beams, firebolts coming out. You know, lightning explosions coming from our character. It's just nice. So, question I guess now for this character's development is, do we keep going for trousers because they're like the most likely Firebird, or do we fill out the rest of the legendaries, Lod? Because I don't want to rely on the Firebirds, because it's like 1 in every 10 goes you're going to get legendary pants, and then Firebirds is like one of like maybe 10 options, maybe more. So you got the 5 sets, I mean, yeah, maybe like 15 options. So you're probably gonna have to look at like 200 or 300 pairs of trousers before you get your Firebirds. So maybe it's worthwhile trying to fill out the missing legendaries from the build, because shoulders and chest in particular, you could get Firebirds for those. So that's like a dual purpose, isn't it? We're potentially getting legendary for the build, like for our Lod build, but we could get the super juicy Firebirds. I'm not sure where 2-piece Firebirds is up to. I've done it in Starter Guide before. I mean, I guess 3000% weapon damage would be like Torment 4, 5 straight away. I presume that would be where we'd be. It's not quite as powerful as the old Shadow 2-piece, which is like just insane, but it is pretty good. Alright, I keep forgetting we need to be up close and personal for this explosive blast stuff. And another socket would be delicious, because then we can get our powerful back in. That's going to be a little bit of extra damage. Always take a power pylon though. And just 7 more Rift guys, and we're going to be in the top 100 hardcore SSF wizard players. Right, so let's pop the thing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 115. And we're getting Essence of Anguish and the Invigorating Gemstone. Invigorating Gemstone, don't really care about, doesn't really do much. But I tell you what we do care about, an Essence of Anguish. I think, I assume Wizard is the same as like all the classes. We can get poison damage on stuff, in which case we could do a poison explosion. So that could be quite nice. Let's just have a little look at the Enchantress. Yeah, so we can roll poison, so that is gravy. I'm tempted to just salvage the Remnant of Pain, just to see if we can get like a main super duper gem. That's a temptation. Again, I'll probably have a little think on that. Right, so we're gonna go, I think we're gonna go chest. Ooh, right, let's pop in some extra damage to our chest plate. And I think that should be Torment 3 now. So let's have a little look and see if we can do that. And if not, we can always wimp out and come back. And we're out of keys. And there we go. Little bing bong, my USB is disconnecting for something. Hopefully it's not my mouse, which is going to disconnect and leave us to get splattered. Oh, nice and comfy. Did we get anything with socket? I don't think we did. Might have missed it. Ah, there we go. That's where that dude is. So back on the double DBs now. So we're probably only a few more elite kills away. Again, interesting. Should we go for the upgrade that is going to be targeting Firebirds? I still think probably Wand. And we've got the Action Gas to extract as well. Choices. Liking the magic missile damage with the depth diggers though. Very nice. And we'll grab the amethyst. Whoa, look at that. Chopping them down. Another 2 DBs for the pile. How many is that now? That is 26, so we can do an upgrade. We need to add in Paragon points as well by the looks of it. So got that to do. Oh, I hear Goblin Field, guys. This is mucho good luck if we can actually kill some of them. I think we might have to resort to the arcane or torrent beam thing. If you get some of these guys, that'd be super handy. At least we can kind of interrupt the teleports with them. Ah, we're out of arcane power. Oh, and a legendary belt. Nice. Well, that was very fortunate because that, I think, should allow at least a couple of upgrades to the cube. We've got some plans as well, so that means we're closer to getting Guardians. Because obviously each plan is just takes another one out of the pool for it to be dropped. Right. Nice. So how many DBs is that now? 58. Happy days. We get 2 goes and a wand. What was our belt? Is that the Huntington? Harrington Waistguard, maybe? Something like that. It's handy because we don't have a legendary belt, so we probably should have ID'd that and stuck it on for the extra damage. Of course, every legendary is multiplied through our Lord Gem bonus. So yeah, pretty happy with this run so far. I think we're getting a fair slice of luck. Possibly even more than fair. Still can't work out whether I prefer the Disintegrate or the Magic Missile. Right. Down Paragon up, thank you. And this elite should be the map. How much it is. Oh, Vasilius, he's normally a problem. So this normally a problem. Fortunately, he sucked it. He saved us there. He teleported us away from the big nasty bold spike thing. Right, he's dropped us a legendary. It's a wizard hat. Again, that is quite useful because I don't think we had a hat. So long as it's got a socket, I tell you what, we need to get the homing pads on the follower, don't we, so that we can teleport with damage reduction and not being interrupted. Oh, guys, look at that! It is the Magistrate. That is just insane. So that's obviously the wizard hat we need for the Hydra, which is the build I'm probably most interested in playing. So that's just fantastic. Thank you, game. It is also another legendary. No guarantee it's got a socket, I don't think. But let's have a little look. Let's pop the timer on for Auric and have a little look at our goodies. So opening chest grants 123%. Now apparently this works with clickable stuff as well. It's got a socket, guys. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So Hydras periodically cast Frost Nova and now deal 275% damage. Is it worthwhile putting Hydras on now? I mean, I guess probably. What do we take off though? We've got to take something off. Let's take off the bubble. We'll play with all three of the modifiers and see where we go with. Frost Hydra or Mammoth. I think Mammoth is the one for more damage, isn't it? Hydra's just cast Frost Nova. Got plenty of shards as well, actually. So we'll keep going on chests. Legendary, please, game. Oh, last one. Get the chainmail. So again, we'll stick it on because it is the legendary. And let's move on to shoulders. Super duper. I'm wondering if we just jump straight to 4 without doing the rift. I think we may as well keep the strategy. Let's bounce up and down. So let's do this. So we've got a random build, guys, because we've got a fire hydra. We've got explosive blast modifier. We've got magic missile. And I still think convergence is possibly the best skill we've got. Oh gosh. I mean, wand upgrade, which I've forgotten to do. If we get the Serpent Sparker, man, that's just going to be insane. Yeah, the convergence is still boss. It's still really good. This is like a challenger build. Some idiots just dumped loads of different modifiers, different skills, and just gone, oh yeah, that sounds good, that sounds good. I think that's probably where, like, I really like the game design for Diablo 3, actually. I think as more time's gone past, I can kind of appreciate its strengths. But I think it is kind of like the fact that, you know, obviously we're building a lot of characters, so whatever. It's what we get is what we get. But in general, you could look at this and be like, oh, this is a good idea. We've got Hydra multiply, so I'll put that on. Whereas obviously, you just end up taking one damaging skill and ploughing everything into it. And then, like, all the other modifiers just have to buff your damage up generally. Don't know. I mean, again, look at the Ashnagars, man. It's just super for damage reduction. Just the shield, just amazing. Prism putting in work as well. Now, eventually, we're going to run out of this whole kind of like being able to go up Torment, like every kind of rift. Because the Lord Gem is going to start to drop off in its scaling, and we're going to not be able to add like a modifier or a legendary every single time we do this. But like Torment 9 is a bit of a bridgehead if you can get up to there, but that's going to take a bit of time. So until then, it's just as high as we can go for as many DBs and goodies as we could possibly get. Next episode, I think we might well be a top 100 wizard player. And for a potato player, that's not. I mean, imagine where we'd be with a second Shadowrun Drift bag. Nems are always on the shopping list very early. Definitely a nice big dopamine spike finding a Nems. So that means when we click the old pylons, we get the extra elite. It needs to be a little better with my Hydra placement. I'm just kind of chucking them down anywhere, which is not good. And this is the wrong way. We need to be going back this way. Pop the Hydra. It's nice. We can pop it down. It can do a bit of damage by the time we get there. Stuff already is burned. It's always this way in this little kind of like section, but we'll go back and grab that pylon, I guess. Oh, conduit. That'll do. Right, can we jump across? We can. Super. And this should do it. Pop a little Hydra down. Press the explosive blast button. Happy days. Tier 16 is done. We are rewarded with a belt 109. And we get the Thorns Gem, the Biarski's chip. Not what we wanted. But Mr. Templar got himself a sword. And the Lord Gem, we only get one upgrade or two up to level 10, but 41% for every legendary. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not bad. We're not going to use the sword because obviously Wand of Woe, it's got the modifier on it. Oh my gosh, guys, an ancient Talrash is built. Now, whether that's worth taking or not is debatable because the extra damage from the Harrington Waistcoat is actually quite nice. So we're going to leave that on. But at some point that Talrash belt could be useful. Again, it depends what we've got. So we're on one for Tal, one for Firebird, and one for Hydra at the moment. No Veers, which is wonderful because we really don't want Veers. Right, so we've got shoulders to do, braces to do. I think we'll go shoulders because we could get the Firebirds, which we don't. We'll pop that on because that's got Hydra damage. It's only a little bit of a reduction in damage, and it is giving us a nice big toughness boost. Right, Paragon, we've diverted into putting those into not move speed, so that is bad. Let's go back and redo that. We're out of keys again, but I think 4 should be doable now. So again, we'll just keep going up a difficulty each time until we reach like a brick wall, basically. And it is going to be interesting to see whether we get up enough damage to outscale 2-piece Firebirds. Yeah, looks absolutely fine. With our mishmash of skills. Oops, no, I meant to put that further down. Do you know what we've forgotten to do? We've forgotten to do the wand upgrade. Let's go back and do that because I don't want to forget that again. As soon as we've cleared out these things, we're going to go and use our death breath because we're having such a good run luck-wise that why should it not continue? Why should we not get like Serpent Sparker or something insane? I mean, we could just go for shoulders. And we had 2, didn't we? 2 upgrades. I don't know if we've got the rest of the mats, so we'll find out in a sec. It looks like we do. Ooh, Unstable Scepter. Well, I mean, it's a completely different modifier. Arcane Orb. Ooh, that's tempting. And we get the Gesture of Orpheus. Slow time cooldown, which is not useful at all. I think we'll hang on to the Scepter for the moment. Because if we get the Triumvirate, we could swap over. Arcane Orb does do quite a bit of damage. So it might be worth switching off Convergence. But for the moment, I think we'll just leave it on. That's another option that we've got. So we could go back to Rolling Shards. Because obviously we've got the Firebird offhand in that loot pool. And we've now got Triumvirate. So we've got kind of like 2 successes in there. And we could get the Winter Flurry to pair with the Hydra, so that's kind of like 3 successes. And if you added the Talrasha is in there as well. Etch Sigil, I think maybe we do pivot and just go sources. And we'll just kind of wait to pick up legendary shoulders as we go. Because again, I'm not massively sure how much further past like Torment 4 2-piece Firebirds goes. It might do. It might be 5. I'd have to look back at the starter guide. Yeah, good progress. I think Torment 4. Happy. 2 hours in. Not too bad. And I feel like we've got a few build routes still open to us. Now, I still think we should be able to just piggyback into Torment 5 next after this. And that should still just about be doable. And then it might take another couple of goes after that. Again, depends on the drops, really. But T6 is a decent starting point to farm to get yourself up those jumps up to like T9, T10, T11. There we go, another 2 DBs. I'll just wait for the arcane to pass. We're just popping all the chests because you never know your luck. Hot hands fallacy, definitely believer in hot hands fallacy when playing video games. When your luck's in, it's in. So I think we have to clear 21 to be a top 100 player, so we'll definitely get that done to start the next episode, I think. Of course, we need to be popping chests for our Harringtons, which I think I've forgotten to point out a few times, but that's obviously doing a bit of lifting with damage as well, so pop that. 10 seconds of like increased damage. Quite helpful, to be honest. And it does actually work in rifts. I'll need to try and remember to point that out. I think somebody corrected me on the last playthrough because I was like telling it works in rifts, or it doesn't work in rifts, which is not true. So pressing that stone there, I guess, is the good example. We need to have a rummage around anything we find when we're rifting, because it's gonna give us extra damage. I mean, we could have saved the chest for the boss, I guess. Didn't matter. Right, there we go, guys. We're going to call that episode 2. We have reached Torment 4. We're going to be jumping into Torment 5 in the next episode, which is pretty good going. I've been Filthy Casual, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take it easy. Peace.